Okay, so I'm driving to the clinic for my appointment this morning, and I thought this would be a good time to try to talk a little bit about fasting. So early on, when I did my chemo treatments, I just did everything like they told me to. Some of the side effects I got from chemo, like I often got headaches and very tired. Body aches were probably the worst. Like it felt like someone had just taken a ball bat and just beaten me like head to toe, and like I just had body aches for at least 3 days. And so in the sugar drop, when they give you insulin and my sugar was dropping, I would also have side effects there because your body's trying to fight it, obviously. And so I would get like this crazy pain in my left arm, and I would just have agitation, like crazy. I felt like I needed to jump out of the chair and just run laps in the room. Like I was just super worked up. My blood sugar was always like in the 90s. Took longer to drop. Like it was just not a fun experience, and I dreaded chemo every time. And I know compared to most people's chemo, especially traditional chemo, I had it easy, but I'm still saying it was still tough. And after, I don't know, several weeks, I had a meeting with Dr. Court, and she suggested I try fasting. She said that a lot of people are finding out that fasting has been helping with side effects, even in traditional chemo. I'm like, well, what I got to lose? And she said, we'll try a 24-hour fast before chemo. So I did that. So if you're going to do a true water fast, you start the night before. Well, no, not the night before. The day you wake up, that is when your 24-hour fast will start. So I often had chemo on Thursdays, so I would stop dinner. Tuesday night would be my last meal until Thursday night or Thursday afternoon or whatever. And first time I fasted for chemo, I noticed immediately I had no body aches. I still got a headache, no body aches. And then I was like, well, this is super great. So I just kept doing it, and like my agitation went away, the arm pain went away, the headache eventually even went away. Tired, not so much. Like I was still tired, so I quit taking the steroid shot and the anti-nausea meds to help with the side effects of chemo, because I never got nauseous. And I wanted to see if fasting was helping or the steroid was helping with the body aches. Turns out it was a fasting, so that was super cool. And now last week was my first time adding to that fasting. There was a guy that had came in. He was doing chemo beside me, and his blood sugar was like 70, and he had just came in from running in one of the parks. And the nurse Keely told me that often exercise helps drop your cortisol levels, which is your stress hormone. When you fast, your body is like, what's going on? When am I getting food next? And so it'll spike your stress hormone to conserve energy, get you looking for food, whatever. And so I was like, well, that seems like a good thing to try. So last week, I went on like a 10-minute walk, maybe at the most. And when I got there to do my sugar, it was 71, and I have never started out that low. Like I said, it's always been in the 90s, and so that was really cool. Like my sugar dropped much faster. I was in and out of there in a much shorter period of time. So that's something else I'm going to start doing, is just taking a short walk before chemo days. And so yeah, fasting, like I have done 48-hour fasts now. I fast like before chemo, and then I fast the day of chemo. And honestly, like the first 24 hours are the hardest. Like you want to think about food, and especially out here since we don't have a lot to do. Food is a big part of our lives. Like cooking and shopping for food and just making it. Like we spend a lot of time thinking about it, and it's really like the biggest part of our day. So when I'm not eating, it makes the day go by very slowly. Of course, I start thinking then it's food, but after the 24-hour mark, I usually feel fine. I don't really think about food. My doctor does want me to try extending fast. So yesterday we talked about it, and she wants me to try, not out here, but she's like, when I go home, to help my body detox from the chemo and just give you a good reset, she wants me to try a 5 to 7 day water fast. And that means you are only allowed water, like no tea, no coffee, no medication, nothing. So I'm kind of excited to try it. She says that when you do a longer fast than 3 days, your body starts shedding all of its old cells, like all the cells that are kind of on their way out, and it'll shed them. And she said, like studies have shown, when you do a 5-day water fast, your organs will actually shrink in size because they are purging all of those old cells. And she said you want to get rid of those old cells because that is where those cells are the ones that will cause problems. Like they're wearing out, they're not functioning correctly anymore, and that's where you will get things like cancer or other chronic diseases. So yeah, I'm excited to try it. I'm also a little intimidated because that sounds hard, but yeah, whenever I'm done with treatments here, that's something definitely on my bucket list to do, and I'll let you know how that goes. But I'm gonna work my way up to it. I'm not just gonna go jump right into a week of fasting. But yeah, it's got kind of long, but I'm here at the clinic now, and so hopefully I might have to retake this video because it's kind of long, but hopefully y'all enjoyed it.